Hello, my name is Kevin Lamoureux. I'm the chair of the Canada-Philippine Parliamentary Friendship Group, which is a group of individual senators and members of parliament that have a passion for the Philippines and want to see a good, solid relationship between Canada and the Philippines. In previous years, we would always have a special event on the Hill, including a flag raising, to recognize June 12 as Philippine Independence Day. This year, we're doing something a little bit different. We are going to have this video that's going to be uploaded onto the net, and we're also including, as we did last year, recognize the month of June as a very special month because back in November 2018 there was a resolution that passed recognizing across Canada as a time in which we can appreciate the many different contributions our Philippine heritage community has done here in Canada and complemented our diversity. We want to start this video off right by the singing of our national anthems. It will be sung by members of the Filipino community from across Canada.
Bayang magiliw, pelas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay.
Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiin.
Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal.
Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magtitilim.
Lupa ng araw ng luwalhati't pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo.
Ang ligaya na pa may mga api ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
As the chair of the friendship group, I'd really like to thank those individuals that participated from across Canada in contributing to the singing of the national anthem. And without further ado, I would now, at this point in time, like to introduce my favorite minister, the Minister of Diversity, Bardice Chagger.
This June marks Filipino Heritage Month. The Filipino community in Canada is vibrant, dynamic, and fast-growing. Today, more than 850,000 Filipinos call Canada home. During this month, we recognize and celebrate the many social, economic, political, and cultural contributions the Filipino community has made to our country. In particular, Filipinos in Canada are instrumental to Canada's healthcare sector. We appreciate their efforts on the front lines in the fight against COVID-19 to support Canadians as nurses, personal support workers, caregivers, and so much more. With physical distancing, this year's celebrations are different, but I encourage all Canadians across the country to take some time this Filipino Heritage Month to learn more about the Filipino community in Canada and the valuable role they play in enriching our society. To the Filipino Canadian community and to all celebrating, Happy Filipino Heritage Month. Mabuhay!
Thank you very much for your thoughtful comments, Madam Minister. And moving along, we want to be able to introduce a very special friend to our friendship group as someone that I've got to know for a number of years now. My friend and yours, Ambassador Garcia.
Mabuhay! I extend my warmest greetings to the members of the Canada-Philippines Interparliamentary Friendship Group and to all Filipinos and Filipino-Canadians in their respective ridings. Today, the Philippines commemorates the 122nd anniversary of its independence as Filipinos in Canada celebrate Filipino Heritage Month. The Philippines and Canada share a long history made possible through close collaboration between our governments and the warm friendship of our peoples throughout the years. The Canada-Philippines Interparliamentary Friendship Group has been an important partner in strengthening these ties between our two countries and the driving force behind the annual event on Parliament Hill in recognition of the Philippines' celebration of its independence and of the Filipino community in Canada. This year, we are not meeting on Parliament Hill as you usually do on June 12 for health and safety reasons. but we can still come together through social media to honor the many contributions of Filipinos working in Canada, especially those who are currently at the front lines to stop the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. I wish you all good health and a meaningful observance of the anniversary of independence of the Philippines and the Filipino Heritage Month.
Canada and the Philippines has a very special relationship, and to that end, members of Parliament and senators have gotten together over the years in order to be able to promote and encourage a stronger and healthier relationship between our two great nations. For the rest of the video, you're going to see things such as the collage of pictures that were provided from MPs and senators. You're going to have some special guests, individuals of Filipino heritage, share some of their thoughts with the viewers. I hope you'll enjoy it. And then at the very end, I'll draw out some concluding remarks. Thank you for participating, and do enjoy the rest of the video.
I'm Alice Wong, Member of Parliament from Richmond Centre, British Columbia. I'm very honored to be able to say a few words on this very important occasion, the flag raising ceremony for the Independence Day of the Philippines. This legacy has been made possible by our late Senator Virgo, who actually initiated the whole thing. And we thank all the Filipino Canadians who have contributed so much, not only in Ottawa, but also in the Western provinces as well. We would like to take this opportunity to thank the ambassador for the many years of service helping to build the bridge between the people from the Philippines and the people of Canada. We also appreciate her hard work in facilitating the flag raising ceremony every year. This year, because of the pandemic, we're not able to do it on the Hill. Virtually, we're now able to do it. So on behalf of myself, my riding, we'd like to send greetings to everybody from coast to coast to coast and thank everybody for the good work they've been doing across the nation. Thank you.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Maligayang araw ng kalayaan at Happy Filipino Heritage Month from Whitehorse, Yukon.
We first want to take a moment to acknowledge that we live within the territory of the Kwanglandan First Nations and Taan Quechan Council. Ako po si Ira Memes. I'm a board member of the Canadian-Filipino Association of Yukon, representing the youth.
Ako po si John Irene Marquez, board member of CFA. At ako po si Aurora Viernes, CFA President. Today marks the 122nd Philippine Independence Day celebration. Mabuhay is the first Filipino word you'll hear when you set foot in the Philippines. Its English translation is long live. Today we shout to the world, Mabuhay Philippines, long live Philippines, as we commemorate our independence when our flag was raised for the first time in 1898. I migrated to Whitehorse and have been a member of CFA since 1995. I've seen our number multiply to thousands. Along with participating in Filipino festivities like Canada Day parades, hosting Filipino Christmas parties, our association comes together to support various fundraisers such as the Telegraph Creek Fire, Taal Volcano eruption, Typhoon Yolanda, and more. On behalf of the Filipinos in the Yukon, I would like to express our sincerest appreciation to the federal and the territorial government for welcoming us and keeping us part of the family in Yukon. We also give thanks to the indigenous people who have shared their lands with us, for without them, we would not have earned the dignity and luxury in which we currently live. Celebrating our heritage is a milestone in our lives as Filipinos living in a foreign country. It provides a kind of affirmation of our history, culture, and identity. The acknowledgement of our experiences, hard work, and contributions make us feel welcomed and valued. It gives us pride to understand where our roots are and help us connect with each other. In celebrating our heritage, our culture will continue to grow. We have a duty to learn, collect, and nurture our traditions and artifacts, but also share it with our communities and everyone we meet. Many of us have reached our dreams and will continue to dream big to have greener pastures in the Yukon. Our reputation and prestige as a member of a free world country determined to conduct ourselves with dignity,
and pride, satisfaction, and confidence that we have built numerous enterprises.
Presently, the Filipino community holds about 10% of the territory's population, aiding with the government's economy in several sectors. In these past years, our organization has worked hard to foster connections and relationships with other Filipino organizations in Canada. CFA takes pride in uniting Filipinos in the Yukon while welcoming other culture groups as well. Recently, CFA supported a group of youth who attended a national conference to unite young Filipino Canadians. Since, there has been a strong initiative for youth to be more involved in their culture and engaged with CFA's events and festivities. We hope that this sets precedents and inspires more young people to learn, celebrate, and embrace their culture. In the future, we hope to continue building partnerships and collaborations with more Filipino organizations in Canada. It is our hope and commitment to keep making strides in society and continue building a bigger and brighter future for CFA and for the generations to come.
From the Yukon, Happy Philippine Independence Day and Filipino Heritage Month, mabuhay ang mga Pilipino, mabuhay tayong lahat!
Hi, I'm Dr. Gigi Oser. I'm an ENT surgeon from Winnipeg, the immediate past president of the Canadian Medical Association, and I'm immensely proud of my Philippine heritage. I'm honored to join you today in the celebration of Philippine Independence Day. My mother immigrated to Canada in 1966, at a time when there weren't many Filipinos in the country. Today, Winnipeg has one of the oldest and most vibrant Filipino communities in the country. She encouraged me to get an education and follow my dreams to become a doctor. And in my role at the Canadian Medical Association, I've had many young people come up to me to say that they've never seen anybody that looks like them in such a high-profile leadership role. Our Filipino leaders need to be seen and celebrated. Today, we're living in a time of great uncertainty. I believe that kindness and love and community will be the light that leads us out of darkness. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Miigwech. Happy Philippine Independence Day.
As a part of the video, we actually gathered a few pictures that we thought you might enjoy. They come from members of parliament, senators, and a few others.
My name is Julian Fortaleza, and last year I was a part of the first Filipino-Canadian internship on Parliament Hill. This is my dad, Ray. He was an Olympian in Montreal's 1976 Olympics, and he moved here to Canada in 1990. With a little bit more information, here he is.
Hi! Hello! June is very important for the Filipinos around the world. June is when we celebrate Philippine Independence Day and Filipino Heritage Month. This is when Filipinos commemorate Declaration of our nation's independence on June 12, 1898.
For me, Filipino Heritage Month is so inspiring because I get to learn about the incredible accomplishments of Filipinos here and back in the Philippines. They've changed the world, and it is an amazing thing. So from us in BC,
Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Happy Philippines Independence Day, everyone. On behalf of the Senate of Canada and as Vice Chair of the Canada-Philippines Interparliamentary Friendship Group, I am so honored to be able to take part in this virtual celebration. Though we are not together, I know that we are unified in spirit and believe in the importance of Canada-Philippine relations. I'm joined by my colleagues, and I'm so happy to be a part of today's event. Ambassador Garcia, we are so sad that you are leaving Canada, and we know that your leadership has meant so much for Canada-Philippine relations. And for me, on a personal level, you have been a friend and a woman that I have admired for your incredible strength and pioneering leadership. And thank you for the wise words and personal stories that you shared with the young women from UBC when they were in Ottawa a few months ago. I know that you were quite an inspiration in the advice that you gave to them. I also want to remember the memory of my late colleague, the late Tobias Enverga, and Rosemary Enverga, his widow, and his three beautiful daughters who continue his legacy and the incredible work that he did. But I know the Philippines Independence Day on Parliament Hill was his inspiration, and I was in attendance on the very first inaugural event when the flag was raised and a giant flag of the Philippines was unfurled, and we held the corner all around this perimeter and just celebrated on that day. I'm sure he's looking down, and his spirit inspires all of us to this day. Please continue to do what you're doing. Canada-Philippine relations is so important, and the growing Canadian-Philippine community across our country is contributing in so many ways, including the frontline work that people are doing before and during this COVID pandemic. Thank you to everyone for what you contribute to Canada. So mabuhay Canada, mabuhay Philippines, mabuhay Canada, Philippines community and relations.
Hello everyone, my name is Nora Ariola. I am the chairperson of the Philippine Independence Committee of the Ottawa Valley. For several years now, I have been actively involved with some of the activities of the Canada-Philippine Parliamentary Friendship Group, headed by the Liberal Member of Parliament from Winnipeg, the Honorable Kevin Lamoureux. Around June 12, for the past number of years, we have supported a special event on Parliament Hill where members of the Filipino community in Ottawa and elsewhere mark and celebrate June 12 as Philippine Independence Day. Since October of 2018, by a motion of Parliament, the entire month of June has been declared as Philippine Heritage Month. Unfortunately, our annual event this year had to be canceled due to the spread of the coronavirus. It will be missed along with the much anticipated flag raising ceremony and the Philippine Independence Day celebration at Parliament Hill, which was started by our first Filipino senator, the late Senator Tobias Enverga. Our community is eagerly looking forward to the resumption of all these activities next year when the pandemic is over. On behalf of our Filipino-Canadian community in Ottawa, I thank the Canada-Philippine Parliamentary Friendship Group for their encouragement and support in promoting the month of June as Philippine Heritage Month. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas, mabuhay ang Canada. Maraming salamat po.
Le projet Filipinos of Montreal a été lancé dans le but de célébrer le premier mois du patrimoine d'origine philippine au Canada, qui a eu lieu en juin 2019. Inspiré du désir de connecter et de contribuer à la communauté philippine de Montréal, Filipinos of Montreal a également été créé dans l'espoir de renforcer la participation des jeunes d'origine philippine au sein de la communauté et de combler les divisions générationnelles. À l'aide des portraits, des conversations avec les membres de notre communauté, Filipinos of Montreal vise à mettre en valeur les parcours individuels entrepris par les Montréalais d'origine philippine. Tout en utilisant les plateformes des médias sociaux, ce projet a également l'intention de créer les liens communautaires afin d'offrir à nos Kababayans un espace pour discuter des questions pertinentes relatives à notre communauté.
The idea behind the Filipinos in Montreal project was to help celebrate Canada's first officially recognized Filipino Heritage Month in 2019. But at the same time, we saw it as an opportunity to better know, better learn about our own community. And what better way to do that than to meet the people? And a wonderful thing we discovered over our 2 years of running this project was that one trait, one characteristic kept repeating itself across all the people we met. No matter your age, no matter your upbringing, no matter the region you grew up in, the kind, welcoming, and warm nature of Filipino culture was always mentioned. We find it truly heartwarming that no matter how differently we all grew up, that this value is still passed on. With that said, on behalf of Filipinos of Montreal, we'd like to wish everybody a happy Filipino Heritage Month.
On behalf of the Canada-Philippine Parliamentary Friendship Group, I wanted to take this opportunity just to say thank you. Thank you to those individuals that took the time to view this video, to those individuals that took the time to contribute to the video. I trust that you'll understand and appreciate why June is such an important month for us just to recognize the important contributions that our Filipino heritage community has made to Canada's diversity, and recognizing that it won't be long, sometime in the next number of months, where that heritage community will be hitting 1 million. Thank you so much for participating in whatever way you did. Have a great day.